Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Abundant Mind. My name's Jared. I'm just a human living on Earth who loves to grow and expand. And obviously, my podcast is really all about abundance because that's really the core aspect of my life, and it's just changed my life. So I'm stoked to get in today's episode. I haven't recorded in a month. I've absolutely missed recording. I'm just really excited. Um, so The podcast today, the episode is called What Even Is Authenticity? Honestly, though, because it's a word that is just thrown around so much, and I don't really hear anyone I know in real life talk about it and like what it really is. And a lot of people, even on the internet, I don't really see them talking about truly what authenticity is. And I don't claim to be some like proclaimed self like expert on exactly what authenticity is, but this is kind of my understanding of it. And I'm going to give some personal stories to kind of back up what I'm saying and how I've come to these realizations. And I really just hope to plant some seeds into your head so that you can grow and expand and honestly just become more true to yourself, which is just being more authentic, being true to yourself. So, the core root of authenticity is being true to yourself. And it in its simplest terms, you don't have to overcomplicate what authenticity is. It's just literally being true to yourself and just being you without all those preconceived notions of who you think you're supposed to be. I know a lot of people in society, they try to be someone they're not. They try to make their friends and family happy. They try to act like the person they think they're supposed to be, who their friends and family think they are, who they think they are. They think they're supposed to act a certain way. And it's like, gosh, you're not being true to yourself. And you're not going to live a fulfilling life if you're not true to yourself, which is this, if you're not authentic, like you're honestly just not going to live a great life. You just can't. You literally can't be in alignment with God or the universe or spirit, whatever you want to call it, if you're not authentic. Because, so kind of moving around here so I don't go on the same loop there. So it's like, how much do you value your word to yourself? And what I mean is when you say something to yourself, I'm going to do this on Tuesday. I'm going to pick up this new habit. I'm going to stop using social media as much. And then you don't do any of those things. You're literally telling your brain that your word means nothing. It literally means nothing. And you're not being true to yourself because there's a reason you want to do those things. Your true self wants to do those things. Who you actually are wants to do those things. But the ego loves the norm. It loves being comfortable and stuck in its old ways. And it can even go a bit further than that than just the ego. It can just be your nervous system really gets used to the way you live your life. And when you start doing new things that are just foreign to your body, foreign to your nervous system, your body kind of freaks out and your ego freaks out. It's like, revert, we must go back. So I want to tell you guys a personal story that really changed my life, honestly. And I, like, for years, people have said I am authentic, and like to a large degree, I do believe that's true. I do believe I'm a very authentic individual, but I'm always learning and growing. And sometimes I do have blind spots where I realize I'm not being authentic. I'm not being true to myself. So in mid-December 2023, this is how I changed my life. I was pretty depressed and just not fulfilled with life. Um, I was in a state of lack. I just really didn't value my life and the things in it. And this life felt crappy. And I knew something had to change. So the first thing I did was following through on my word. I started to actually follow through on my word and do things that were better for my well being. So I stopped gaming as much. I stopped going on social media as much. I started to journal daily. I started to journal daily. And I've been doing that for 7 months. It's been absolutely life changing. And day by day, as this year has gone on, I've been following through on my word more and more. And what it's really allowed me to do is to stay true to myself. I'm not living my life for anyone else. I'm waking up every day for myself. I wake up every day for myself. And I'm really proud at the end of each day that whether it was a really amazing day or maybe it was a really tough day, but I pushed through. I'm always so proud of myself at the end of the day for staying true to myself and in being fully immersed and doing it for me, doing it for my future self, doing it for my past self. I deserve this. Like I didn't go through all these years and years of not being happy just to like live a okay life. Like I deserve a great life. I deserve an abundant life. I really do. And I think the thing in this last 7 months has really like been the one of the key determining factors for myself at least is journaling every day. And like I've journaled on and off for years, but I never stuck to it like more than like 3 or 4 months. So some I've journaled for like 97% of the days for the last 7 months. And like the first day, I think it was very painful. I was only able to get like 3 sentences out, and it was very surface level. It was very surface level. Now I journal for about 8 to 15 minutes a night, and it's actually just been like amazing watching the relationship with myself grow and expand over these last 7 months because I never knew I could know myself so deeply. I didn't know that this was possible. And like, I've been meditating for years, but journaling, being able to like decompact my day and think about all the things that happened, what bad happened, what was good, and like just like really talking to myself and talking about my feelings and emotions and processing and everything. It's been so healing. It's been so healing, and it I don't know. It's been amazing, and I feel way more authentic because I am so more true to myself. Because if I don't journal and I go days without journaling, it's like I'm not being true to myself. Like I need that space to connect with myself, to understand what's going on in my little human brain. Like I need that time. And I'm not saying that journaling is the end all be all and that you need to journal to be authentic. No, it's just been a tool for me that's really, really helped. And I just wanted to like express how deeply it's impacted me because it's been absolutely life changing. It's also allowed me to like peel back the layers of my ego, like truly understand why I want to be successful in business, why I want a partner for life, why I want a family, what type of experiences I want to experience, the type of love I deserve from my friends and a partner. I wouldn't have been able to learn all of this about myself if I wasn't journaling. I wouldn't be able to. I truly wouldn't. But that's just for me. That's just for me. And to wrap that personal story up, it's really just been staying true to myself. And by staying true to myself, being authentic to myself, being genuine to myself, I've started to attract so many amazing experiences. Like I feel like a magnet for success. It's like it's so divine, and I feel so freaking grateful to be living my life. And I've started to affirm to myself for the last few months, it's like I really am living my dream life that I envisioned several years ago, 15 years ago. I am living my dream life right now, and it is amazing. And it really, I don't know, it's like all that effort you're putting in, the healing, the growing, the freaking transmuting and hardships you go through and all the mountains you climb, at some point it really does start to pay off. And it you just got to stick with it. Like you just got to stick with it. I don't know. I'm feeling really happy talking about this because I hope I hope I'm planting some seeds into your mind. Because being true to yourself is literally like the best thing you can do. Honestly, because like the number one relationship you have in reality is the relationship you have with yourself. And it really dictates all the relationships in your life, from your friends to your family to romantic relationships, a partner, a girlfriend, or if you're a girl and a boyfriend, etc. It really is the key determining factor, because if you're not true to yourself, guess what's going to happen? You're going to attract other people who are not true to yourself, true to themselves. So like, your external reality is literally a complete reflection of your inner reality. Your personality literally constructs your personal reality. And that might sound crazy, but like, it's true. It literally is true. Because once you start changing your inner world, like literally, slowly your external world starts to catch up and be at that same like vibratory state as your inner world. It's crazy, and crazy in a good way. I don't know. I love it. I love it. So moving on to the next part, the ego. The ego. Because I really have like tried really hard for years to be authentic to myself, because for so long I was not authentic to myself. I was not true to myself. And there's no manual on life. So I was trying so hard to be authentic. And it's like, really shouldn't have to be trying really hard, because what's going to happen is the ego is going to start identifying, and it loves identification. So lots of people in my life, like, I don't know, probably 100 times have said to me, "You're so authentic, Jared." And I honestly think that my ego started to attach to the version of myself that would be called authentic. And it really trapped me in a box, confined me in a box. I thought I had to act a certain way to be loved by others, to be truly authentic. That was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. But and part of that is the ego starts to like construct a self image of who you are based on this authentic version of you. And the ego is freaking sneaky. It it's so sneaky. You cannot let your guard down and be like, haha, I win. The ego has no control. It's not possible. The ego will literally show you that it's like, I have sneakily made your authenticity my identity. Because like, you can't be like, my identity is how authentic I am. That's literally the fucking ego. Um, so a personal story. This one's pretty personal, and I'll keep out a lot of details. So it was like my last dating experience I had with a woman. Went on several dates over a few months, and we clicked. We really did click. It was like definitely a slow burn, but we really had a lot of fun with each other. But I didn't realize, but my subconscious was molding myself to try and be liked more by her. I was not being true to myself fully. I really wasn't. I didn't tell her I was dealing with some health problems. I started smoking weed more because she was smoking weed, and like these like little things, I didn't realize that I was trying to be liked by her. And in the end, it really wasn't her that hurt me. It was myself that hurt myself, because I wasn't true to myself. I was very dishonest to myself, and I deceived myself. And I think that that's what was painful to realize. But it was such a freaking good learning experience, because I realized that this dating experience I had with a woman, like this external experience, was a complete reflection of my inner world. And it made me reevaluate myself, like, how authentic am I? Like, am I really true to myself? And I really started to like think about it. And I thought about it a lot, honestly. I pondered it for days. And I realized my ego had blinded me a bit. I didn't realize the ego can identify with authenticity. I didn't realize that that was a thing. So I had a lot of blind spots uh, yeah, I had a lot of blind spots and I wasn't being true to myself. Since then, it's been like 45 days or something since this interaction I had with this woman. I've been way more true to myself. I've been giving myself the love I deserve. I've really been valuing who I am and not selling myself short at all. And the crazy thing is that I've been having way more genuine connections and experiences with women. It's wild how when you actually do change your inner world, your external world reality starts to reflect that. It truly does. Energy is real. And like if you don't believe that, it's like, gosh, you're gonna have a tough go at life if you don't think energy is real, because it sure as heck is very freaking real. And I think part of the reason why I wanted to share that experience is because even a lot of my friends that listen to this podcast, a lot of people look up to me, and I want to be as authentic and true as possible. I'm not trying to act like I'm Mr. Perfect. Like I make mistakes. I get blinded by my ego just like anyone else. And by just being true, just telling the truth, being honest, it's like I hope I'm showing you by holding a space for myself that you can provide that space for yourself. Because you deserve that space to be true to yourself. You really do. You really do. Your past self deserves it. Your future self deserves it. You got to be true to yourself, and it really is just that simple. And this starts by day. The little wins, waking up for you, and being your number one supporter, being your biggest fan. You gotta be your biggest fan, and like it's only you experiencing this reality in your head, like in your mind, your awareness, your consciousness. Only you get to experience this. So it's like the best thing you can do is be true to yourself, truly. And I promise you, your life will dramatically change for the better. So I had one more personal story, and I was like kind of conflicted if I wanted to share this, but I was like, I need to. I need to be true to myself. And this is a big one. So where did I even begin? I used to be, so I got into the rave scene when I was 18. I was a bit introverted, eventually kind of broke out of my shell, became a ticket promoter for raves. I started to become friends with hundreds of people, and I was liked by so many people in the rave scene. And I think I had deprived myself of a lot of love as a kid. I just didn't have a lot of confidence. So when I started to become liked by so many people, I don't know, I think it almost became like an addiction. I just wanted to be liked by everyone. And I thought it was a great thing that I was friends with like hundreds of people and I was liked by so many people. In my eyes, I thought I was liked by so many people. I was not being true to myself. I was molding my personality to like literally every single person I interacted with to just try so hard to be liked. And I faced some tough experiences due to that. Don't need to go into details, but the closest people in my life ended up being friends and an ex, ended up being the most cruel individuals I have ever encountered in my life. And they were the three closest people in my life. It was gut wrenching, to be honest. I felt so alone. But reflecting on this years after the fact is that the reality is that my external reality then with all my friends like was a reflection of myself, of who I was then, and I was not true to myself. I let everyone have a piece of my energy. I did not value myself, and I just let everyone take as much as they want from me. And that actually kind of like triggered my first big spiritual awakening. And that awakening was really just being like, oh shit, I don't know who I am. What the heck is life? What is reality? Like I thought I had life figured out or something. I thought life was so good, but through those tough times we experience in life, the toughest times, you think back to those moments where you're literally in tears and this agony and maybe even depression. Um, those dark times is where we grow the most, where we honestly grow the most. Those lessons we experience are so invaluable. You literally cannot put a price tag on them. Um, and to come to the light, you must come through the darkness. That's why the people that light up a room, people who bring in so much energy, who are just so magnetic, and you know who I'm talking about. Those people have gone through so much darkness and have transmuted in all that darkness and processed it and came out above. But it's not like they're like it came out above, but they're also accepting of their darkness. Like you can't just be all happy go lucky. Like we all have done bad things. Every freaking human. No one's perfect. We've all done shitty things. We've all been mean. We've all been a freaking two-faced motherfucker at some point. And that's just the truth. Like I don't believe people that say I've never been two-faced. Like come on. Like we've all done bad things, but it's like that doesn't have to define you. Your past doesn't have to define you. And I feel like part of authenticity too is it's not just being true to yourself, but it's also accepting who you are, accepting your experiences, accepting your past, and realizing your past doesn't define you. It definitely played a big part in getting you to this point, but it doesn't define you. It doesn't. Yeah, I don't think I have too much else to talk about in this episode because this is kind of just a brief overview of authenticity and some personal stories I had to back up my, I don't know, claims, you could say. But because I was already thinking like I'm going to have other episodes on authenticity because this is just such a vast topic. And really what I wanted to do here was just kind of introduce it, plant some seeds, and kind of tell you a bit about my life and show you like how I've gone through the motions, how I have connected on a deeper level with myself and been true to myself. Trust me, it's literally the best thing you can do. It is like, I don't know, it's almost like a drug. I don't know, in like a good way. Like I feel like life is a drug. Honestly, like I'm just complete awe each day. I get to wake up and experience this beautiful life on earth. Like it's just mind-boggling to me. So remember to be grateful, count your blessings, and you will receive more. Um, yeah, also don't be afraid to message me on Instagram at Jared Smith 222. That's JAROD Smith 222. I do want to hear about feedback on my episodes, things that resonated with you. If you have any questions, let me know. And also, even constructive criticism, I would love to hear. I'm always looking to improve. As you know, I love to grow and expand, and I can't wait to record the next episode. And I hope you're having an amazing day. You deserve so much love. And remember, be true to yourself. Stay abundant. Peace.